I'm going to go through an example from the last homework assignment on simplifying a problem with rational exponents. And the first thing we want to do when we see these problems, some of them can look pretty big, but we're going to see, can we simplify our numerator and our denominator separately? So I'm going to look at the numerator and see everything is raised to a power of -1. And this is a situation where we should distribute that -1 to every exponent inside those parentheses. I'm seeing they're not separated by any pluses and minuses, so it's not m to the -1/2 plus n to the negative second power. That's what I mean. So we should do that. So now, when we have a power raised to a power, we multiply. I'm going to have m to the 1/2 power times n squared. I distributed the -1 to both of those. And now I'm going to look at my denominator. And for the denominator, I want to see if I have any with the same base. And I'm seeing we have n, it's like n to the first, and then n to the -1/4. So rational exponents are just exponents that have fractions as your exponent. So the same rules are still going to apply. So now this is just like saying n to the first power times n to the -1/4 power. And all of the rules of exponents still apply. When we multiply exponents, I'm going to add if they have the same base. So this is really, what we have to do for this one is, it's really like saying 1 plus -1/4. This is just my workspace over to the side. And to add fractions, I want to have common denominators. 4/4 plus -1/4. This will give me 3/4. So n to the first times n to the -1/4 is going to equal n to the 3/4. I'm going to do the same thing with the m's. And this is like saying m to the first. So now I'm going to have m to the -1/2 and then m to the first. So really, I'm adding a -1/2 plus 1, which will give me a +1/2. So now we've simplified the numerator, we've simplified the denominator, and now I want to see what I can divide. So the first thing I'm noticing is I have m to the 1/2 power in the numerator and the denominator. Those will cancel right out. So now we're left with n squared over n to the 3/4. And the rule for division, when the bases are the same, and they are, they're both n, is we subtract. So I'm going to have 2 minus 3/4. We need common denominators here. So I'll have 8/4 minus 3/4, which will give me 5/4. And that's how we're left with n to the 5/4. And that's as simplified as this problem can get.